Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we are in New Orleans. We've had a lot of battles in destroyers and battleships recently, but fallen away from cruisers a little bit, so I figured we'd give a little bit of an old school feel to New Orleans. This was my first cruiser that I ever really liked. It did take me a while to like it. Well, I would say this in Dallas, right? Dallas was good too. I guess there's three of them now that I think about it: Nuremberg, Dallas, and this one, kind of around the same time. That being said, we spawned middle, so we're going to push the middle. However, we're going to be a little bit risky, and uh, it may or may not catch up with us. You guys will be here to find out. We get spotted. We got to be careful. We know there is a few battleships in this match and a bunch of cruisers, obviously, that could hurt us. New Orleans is one of my absolute favorite Tier 6 cruisers, but if you're dumb in it, it'll go bad for you. As you guys can see, shots come in. I get real lucky that not much comes of that. Also, there is a Pensacola here, and being broadside, I'm trying to get to the island because that right there could have been bad if a battleship had gotten a good shot on us. And now we're going to have fun with Pensacola because Pensacola, obviously, newer to the game, and you're in a Pensacola, it can be rough because you're trying to get all your guns off. That was the first ship that I couldn't stand, and now I just love it because it definitely is. We are just obliterating this guy here from the side. It is a ship that it definitely, I feel like Pensacola, New Orleans too, teaches you a lot about the game. You have to switch HE to AP in both. If you mess up, you're gonna know it, right? You're gonna have some issues. And I know people think I'm crazy, but even in a cruiser that can be Citadel pretty easy if you're not careful, I will still hold the middle. As you can see, we have kind of pushed their whole team away from the middle and done our part. The only issue is the whole red enemy team is at the B cap, and I'm being very careful of that because if we don't get that C cap pretty soon, it could be rough for us. And there is a lot of firepower over at C. There is 4 ships right there, and I'm the closest thing to C right now. So I gotta be careful. And we are pushing Algerie away, so there's no reason to be charging that. Chasing a kite, So we're gonna work on getting out, and I'm gonna work on this Tennessee. I'm trying to get over towards B a little bit, but at the same time waiting for some teammates to help me get there. But I see Tennessee here, and I want to help get rid of that because Tennessee's the only thing holding that flank up, and it is against 2 cruisers. And when that happens, I mean, you got to try to help out. We're gonna put a shot of AP out. And you're going to see we're going to do a nasty little chunk for just one little salvo out of a cruiser. About 10k. And we're going to continue to put a hurting on Tennessee here. Even though we're just New Orleans, right? But, like I said, love this ship. You guys will have to let me know. What was your guys' favorite first cruiser that you really fell in love with? I would have to say this, Königsberg or Dallas. Dallas is a lot of fun too. Like when you start to figure out cruisers. I think that might be it. Now right here, not smart. Again, being kind of dumb. I know there's a battleship in the cap, and I am risking making that turn. Very dumb on my part. That being said, we know, is we're going to take a shot at Tiger. We know that this New Orleans, the one thing it has is for American heavy cruiser, it's pretty agile. Like I can turn if I need to. Then we get lucky because Nagato is shooting HE. And that should not be a thing as we get 3 defense. We're trying to keep this cat from going to them. And now Nagato is taking fire from our aircraft carrier. So again, pretty solid here. And we're just going to stay on this. We don't want to give up this cap. We do have a battleship moving over to help us, but right now we got to kite away from Nagato. I can't, when something overmatches you like that, you can't just get in a straight war with them. It's not going to work out a lot of times unless you have, torps, which we don't, or any of them other things, as you can see here. We've been chunking them even with AP, and we're going to switch to HE to get a perma-fire on, because he did put that one fire out, and we got a little good chunk there. And our battleship buddy now has taken the distraction off of me so I can continue to push up, because also I'd like to get this cap. Definitely kind of a priority, because when the game is still relatively close like this, anything you can get for points is going to help you, obviously, right? But I know we have some new players that watch, so figured that's worth pointing out. You get a close match like this. This one is starting to get not as close, and at this point I was like, I'm just going to charge in and murder these guys, to be honest with you. But again, not a lot of help, and probably not a smart thing to do here. But I figured these guys over here have been hiding behind islands a while. I probably could get up and catch them off guard, because the one thing about New Orleans is if you get somebody's broadside, I will not say New Orleans is a DPM monster, I guess, but given the right scenario, a broadside, this thing can absolutely be devastating. It's one of my, like I said, one of my favorite ships to play. In fact, now that New Orleans White has came out, I've been playing that once in a while for my Tier 6 premium matches. So, yeah, but down below, let me know what your guys' favorite cruiser is that you first fell in love with. And then also, what do you guys use for your Tier 6 premium matches each week? I mix it up most of the time. Lately, I've been actually using New Orleans W quite a bit, just because it's a fun ship. But we are going to work on getting up here. Also, the other thing with New Orleans here in this situation, I have a sonar, right? I know Helena doesn't have any torps, so I know that's okay, but I could get to a position with my sonar that I'll know if I'm getting charged by that or the battleship. But you can see here I decided to be careful, because now it's not that big of a win right now. We actually only have the one cap secured, so I figured before I get too dumb, I should definitely grab this cap first as their ranger goes down. So I'm getting less worried now, obviously, but you never know, right? But the dumb aggressive part of me wants to go straight in here, to be honest. Our destroyers actually definitely did help get rid of that carrier, which was a big help, because the carrier was starting to focus on me a little bit, which is not fun in any ship. But at least with New Orleans, it's not the end of the world if you get focused on the carrier. It dodges stuff pretty well as too, and doesn't have the world's worst AA. Now that we have the cap, we're going to be dumb. I know I'm being dumb here, but it's all about the fun. We're going to go ahead, take some shots at Tiger, and then turn in, just so we don't get obliterated instantly. I'll be honest, I was hoping that the Helena was going to go broadside at some point, to be honest with you. This player didn't, and the Helena saved himself here from really going broadside. You see I switched to HE because obviously he's angled. This point, I know this was probably a dumb play, but I was really hoping Helena was going to be an issue, or go broadside. So we know we're in a bad spot now, 2 fires. We're just looking to get that one good shot off here, he is actually giving up the broadside now. And we get a nice little chunk to get our high caliber to finish it. But I think we played an important role. We also were in a cruiser and weren't scared of battleships. Although, trust me, I probably should have been a little bit more careful. And then finally getting our butts kicked from being dumb and over aggressive, which, I mean, that happens. But it's still a solid match, a high caliber. 100,000 at tier 6 is not bad, especially in a cruiser. But as you can see, we do end up winning, obviously. Putting ourselves in a position to help our team win on that cap when we were kind of by ourselves. Is we end up with 113,000 high caliber, top of the or second on the leaderboard. We had a teammate do well, but a 3,000 base game at tier 6, pretty solid. So good job to Colorado as well. Have a wonderful day, guys. We'll see you next time, folks.